Also, the way we roll in like general chat here in my Discord is !R and then 1d whatever. So 1d20 plus like 3 or whatever your ability score is. That's how you'll roll stuff, and you'll get used to it. This thing, Avray Dice Spot, is pretty dang legit because we used to use one that was like a lot simpler, but it stopped working, and now this one is like way more complicated, but it has a lot more options. So that's my plug for Avray on the stream.
Do you want me to share my? I don't have a webcam, but I can share my screen, like my character sheet. Or
If you want to, it's whatever you want to do. We just do webcam so people can see your reactions and faces and trying to wave around and all that.
Yeah.
I'm always going to show mine because I need to like show y'all shit that I draw and stuff. But you guys can do whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with.
Lies. You just think you're pretty. You just want to see your face.
I just want to see your cats.
Socialize. Yeah, we just want to socialize.
Lucas, it looks like you've got a spotlight behind you.
Oh shit! What is that?
It might be in front of you.
No, it's in back. It's God. God, I'm being taken away. This is the end. This is the end.
I'm just stunned because he's like, I have no idea what that is, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
how do you not
it's
see
so
that?
bright.
I have to turn on every light in my apartment just to get this much light. And Lucas has like
God
apparently God rays turned on. He's living with RTX.
on a penis. Oh.
No, don't open that yet now. That's a rocket ship also. It's not a penis.
Right, it's blasting off. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so Roll20 is just in case we need it. I usually use that for battle maps because it's hard to visualize where stuff is otherwise. So if we need it, I do have a map built out in there, potentially. And then once we like get settled and where we're going to be or where a home base or a home ship is, I'll build out the ship custom in my dungeon painter for y'all, so you guys can have a place to walk around in between time. I just don't want to like spend the time making something if y'all just like destroy the ship and go get a new one immediately. So we'll see. This is session 1, but anyway, whenever Lucas is back, we'll get started with the recap. But you haven't played D&D before, Ross?
Not since I was like, I don't know, probably 14, like 7th, 8th grade. I was in a D&D club.
What edition was it out back then?
I don't remember. It would have been 2000, or not even 2000. It would have been, the year 2000. So, whatever was around back then.
3.5.
3.5. Oh man. Yeah. That was only one edition after Spelljammer came out, at least.
Yeah, that sounded new at the time whenever people were talking about that.
Spelljammer was like 2nd edition, mostly, but what we're using this time is a conversion to 5th edition, so some of the stuff is weird, and we're kind of playing it by ear on some of the ship battling stuff, because otherwise it's kind of complicated, but we're making it make sense as we go. But alright, so let's go ahead and get started. We're already streaming, we're recording and everything. So we'll first off go ahead and get a recap from... Let me do a roll here to see who has to do the first recap. And then we're going to go in clockwise after that. On my screen, that means Ian has to do the recap.
For fuck's sake. Alright. So, I'm gonna... one second. 1 second, my mouth was full. Get the cheeseburger out of your mouth. Is it a cheeseburger? Jalapeno and cheese Lay's chips. 1 second. Okay. Let's see. So, we've got, I believe, Labyrinth and Dina or Dinah. I can't remember.
Dinah.
Dinah.
Someone's in the kitchen with.
Right.
So and then Tracy, and they escaped the shit the planet. Bop, 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 bop. Here, hold on. The old Dark Age, Zarlena, Sarfati, fuck, Slum
Oh,
Cities,
that's the
the
old
oldest.
campaign.
Shit! I forgot the planet. Anyway, we escaped the planet.
Alfar is the name of the
Alfar,
planet.
thank you.
It's the
After
planet I've used in like 3 campaigns now, and just keep continuing it, and it got destroyed.
after the Noxuni crash landed on the planet, fucked it up, and then a giant um HP Lovecraftian sort of world eater ended up coming after ended up enclosing the planet and was just about to suck out all its juices.
Yep,
And
sucking
that's
juices.
right. That's right. And um, just before it ended up happening, um, a giant sort of actually a group of meteor like cubes hit the Earth or hit Alfar, and they actually had bug out vehicles in them, all dotted around the planet. And then a bunch of people found them, got in them. I was in one of them in stasis, and Tracy was in one of them in stasis, and then the three of them fled. We spent a lot of time inside of our ship, getting the ins and outs and the sideways and the and all of that. And then here, just a second, shut up, here, 1 second, 1 second. So now we're out in the phlogiston. Yeah, we're out in the phlogiston, and I believe we turned on the beacons because we had no fucking clue where to go. I'm going by memory here. I didn't write any of this shit down accidentally.
Really
And
good.
then yeah, and
Excellent.
then what's happening after we like activated our stuff, learned all the controls. There was a beacon that lit off, which was actually a an advertisement to a casino. I believe was originating from Nal, correct?
Right, yep. Just
Hey,
outside of now.
just outside of Nal. That's right.
And you guys pointed your ship that way because you have no supplies and, nowhere else really to go.
Yeah.
So you got an advertisement for it.
And I believe we were halfway between Talangran and Way.
Yep, pretty well. You guys were just going towards the stream, the river, to go towards Way. Let me actually pull that up
Yeah,
on the old
but we're going
screen.
against the flow, which kind of sucks. So I don't know just how well our sails are working.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough navigating that, but it's still much quicker to hit the river than it is to just go in the blank space here.
Can you just reaffirm where we are on the map?
Yeah, so if you are looking at the stream or if you're looking at the phlogiston map, you see Way on the right-hand side of the known spheres. You guys are just south of that, southwest of that, just next to the river here, heading towards Talangran. So Alfar itself was basically right next to Way, and you guys had floated and fucked around just a little bit to get south of that, trying to figure out your ship.
Yeah.
There's not really a good path to get to Nile that goes straight there. Almost everything goes opposite, so it's gonna be a journey.
And for Ross, those numbers on there correspond to the amount of hours it takes to go through instead of days.
Yeah, it
Been
says
a
days
time
on the map.
compression rule.
We ain't gonna do that because that'd take forever. But if you
map,
it's posted in the Discord, and if you click Open Original
I'm
and
looking
save
at
it,
yeah,
if you save it, then you can zoom in. It'll have zoom.
sweet.
Yeah, no, I found that online. Really well done map. Definitely did not make us that.
Yep. And so, like, those paths are actually like a sort of a stream going between points, and they're pretty much like tubes that direct the two, but we can go outside of them.
Right. So they're
It's just
basically openings inside the phlogiston,
Yeah.
where the phlogiston around it moves in a certain direction, so that you can sort of like float through it. And also, you're safe from the weirdness that happens when you try and like do stuff in the phlogiston. So the original origin of phlogiston is from this French philosopher trying to figure out what fire was, like what is fire made of, and he came up with phlogiston. So when you actually cast a fire spell in the middle of phlogiston, it acts like almost like oil and just causes like 10 times the explosion that it would normally do. But inside the river, you're safe from that stuff happening. Now you can still run out of air, but other than that, yeah, Lucas just posted a pic of what the phlogiston is. Looks like it's multicolored, smoke, oily substance, and there are creatures. It's almost like an ocean instead of like space, like we think of it out here in wild space in D&D, because it's full of things. Things are everywhere, including big space whales, giant space hamsters, illithids, which are mind flayers, and there's like a whole empire of beholders that live out there, and they all hate each other. So that's a whole other thing. But that map has a whole list of where all the different factions are.
Masters style, like
Exactly. Yeah.
beholder.
There are beholders that are like super xenophobic. Some that like take over the lesser races, and every single beholder race thinks they're the prime ones. They all fight each other. But that's neither here nor there. They're like the illithids are probably the scariest thing out there, which are mind flayers, and they're all to the north of you. So hopefully we don't run into them. But it was a pretty good recap there, especially not having notes. So yeah, they found a ship inside of a big metal square that they powered up. Tracy was able to get into the helm, which is the thing you get into to fly a Spelljammer, and he was able to use it almost like an extension of his own body. After wiggling around a bit, he figured it out. They made it off Alfar. This big Eldritch Horror was attacking it, and only got slapped once, but didn't do any damage because y'all are in the Wasp ship, which is a cannon ship from Spelljammer Original, and it has pretty good armor, so you guys did well there. And yeah, just exploring the ship, trying to figure stuff out. You guys found some little robots that you have yet to name, that if anybody watched Farscape, they're basically DRDs, little tiny robots that crawl around and fix up the stuff on the ship and organize things, and they put them down, but they do use power, so making sure only to use them when you need them. And the last thing, there's one more compartment on the ship to explore, and that is the tail compartment, because we did get a big ship diagram, like of what it looks like on the like inside, all the decks and everything. Let me pull that up real quick.
And side note, I did type something out that said that we had found 10 strange gold circles of unrecognizable currency.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely shaped crossbow and bolt is attached to a rope.
Yeah, y'all found a hand ballista almost, and you found some 10 gold currency that you do not recognize as well.
Wait. I think
I don't remember that at all. That's
Yeah.
a good pickup.
You called it a harpoon, though, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a harpoon, but
Okay.
it's like a small, tiny ballista, so however you want to explain what that is. But basically, it looks like a smaller version of the ballista you have on top of your ship, except it's got a rope attached.
We didn't find sustenance, did we?
Yeah, you don't have any food, which is going to be a problem. Even though, it was suggested by various forces that pushed you to get on the ship to get food, nobody got any friggin' food. So
yeah, that's me, boys. My bad.
you guys you even started in an inn where you had free food just by providence, and nobody got no food. So there's the ship we have up. There's a tiny tail section in the back of it. You can see on the diagram that we don't know how to get into. The map room is in 7. And the ballista is up on 3, and we're just going to leave this pickup for people.
actually open that.
All right.
We didn't find anything in the cargo room.
Oh, you found a lot of stuff. You found that little harpoon, and you found some cloth, and 10 gold coins. But it's really hard. It's going to be hard to explore all of it because there's a ton of boxes back there and stuff. And now the little robots are just moving them around again. So as if it wasn't chaotic enough, the robots are trying to organize them. And you found sort of like a cooler where they were sitting, and took them all out. And you found the big crystal, like the size of a forearm, that you hooked up to the map room. And you figured out the controls of the map room, which is like a dot on top of a wavelength that you move around to look at different parts of the map. And whenever you're looking at it, pulls in sort of a radio wave type thing to let you hear anybody that's like sending out messages. Which is where you found Moondog, the big message for the Ulm port, telling people to go there. Also mentioned that he's trapped on the planet where he's broadcasting in, and he's slowly going insane. And yeah, the last thing he did was put on sounds from random noises from deep in the Weird, which is a section of Wild Space where you pretty much die. And you guys have not turned that off, so you've just got a bunch of noises going on all over the ship right now over your intercom.
Shit.
Yep.
So, you guys just went up on deck to look at the phlogiston. Dina and Labyrinth were up there just like in awe, because I've never seen anything like this, of the multicolored phlogiston that's floating just outside their ship's little air bubble. And that's where we were. You guys just crawled up there.
Yep. Rox, another thing to think about too. We all thought it was, well, at least I thought it was pretty fucking neat. Just imagine that on our ship there is a plane of gravity that is along the deck, and it goes all the way from front to back. And so the things beneath that plane pull upwards, and the things that are above that plane pull downwards.
Yeah, it's a good point. Part of Spelljammer is things out in wild space have their own gravity, and the larger the thing, the more gravity it has. So your ship has its own gravity plane, and exactly like he described on the diagram there, you can see where that switches. So the helm, for example, where Ian drives the ship, is actually upside down to the rest of you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you can walk all the way around the outside of the ship without falling off, because you'll just be attached to the hull.
Yeah.
I'll post that. There you go. There's the diagram for you.
Cowboy Bebop
Mhm.
spacesuit.
Oh, rock
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys did find a suit as well. Forgot about that. The plastic suit.
Oh, the diving suit.
Yeah.
Well, you're not sure what it is, but you did find a suit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. So you're up on top of the deck. Most of the robots went into the wall, so you didn't really see them. But you do hear. Oh, when you found these like frozen cubes inside the freezer in the kitchen, too. You're not sure what those are. There's like some like weird tan material in there. It's hard to tell. And the ship, like, usually these kind of ships are driven by lizard people, so it might be people, might be humans, who knows. But up on the deck 3 where you are, Dina, you start to hear a tink noise. Tink, tink, tink coming from down below. Tiny little whir, and then a tink every now and then, like a robot is hitting something.
Okay, I'll mention that. Well, is anybody with me in 3?
Just you and Labyrinth are up there.
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll mention to Labyrinth, I'll be like, do you hear someone knocking?
Lass, I'm not really good with the ears. You know, I'm old.
Okay, she'll roll her eyes and walk out by the noise.
All right. Dina makes her way down the ladder, and as you're looking down, you can see there's one of your tiny little helper robots is just ramming itself up against the back wall for some reason. It's backing up and then just tink going into it, like it's trying to get past it.
Right, then I'll pick it up and give it some degrees and move it over a bit and put it back down.
It immediately turns back towards the wall and starts again. Tink, tink.
Does the wall give me any indication that something might be in there?
Well, you know from the diagram that y'all found, which is now canon, that there is some kind of compartment back there, but you're not sure how to get to it. So might have to find like maybe some sort of button. You don't see any lines of power like you do on the other like sliding doors. So maybe you need to investigate a little bit. You can make a check if you want.
Yeah. That's an investigation check.
Yeah, you're going to be using your hands to mess around with the walls and stuff. So let's go ahead and make investigation.
Diagram we all found? Where the fuck is that?
Yeah, so that's just we're adding because I posted it. So you guys have that. Apparently, we'll just say you found it when you opened the helm, the diagram of the ship. Tracy has an innate knowledge of all the decks of the ship, so that's where this diagram came from. All right, nice. So you're feeling around the wall, and as you're doing that, you look up through the bars of the ladder that go up to the next deck, and there is a tiny indentation in the fifth rung, right behind the fifth rung. There's a tiny indentation. It looks like it doesn't match everything else.
Okay, I'll pull the rug.
All right, you go up and you press. You pull the rung. Nothing happens.
Push it.
You push the rung. Nothing happens.
Pulling does nothing.
Bop it.
The indentation is behind it.
Do I see anything loose? Can I pry it?
No, it's not on the rung. It just looks like a normal rung, but the wall behind it has an indentation in it.
Okay, press the wall.
All right, you press your hand into the indentation in the wall. It looks like it almost could be just a dent, but as you do, you feel a little spark, like you got hit by some static electricity, and the wall begins to slowly slide down into the ship, revealing a massive open back area of the tail. Much to Lavris's dismay, the ladder is now cut in half. But Dina is looking upon a huge open back area. It's sort of dim back there, and the first thing you notice is that there is a pretty decent-sized wreck boat back there, which is a lifeboat. Pretty decent-sized wreck boat back there, and it's held up by two large straps to be held floating sort of above the deck just by a little bit. And it's suspended right there in the middle of this back area. It also looks like this might be like a smuggler's area. There's small boxes and things like that back there that you can squirrel away objects if you need to. And let me give you guys the picture of the wreck boat.
So how loud was this door opening? Silent?
Fairly quiet because it's your smuggler's cache. But if you look down, I think you're still looking at the ballistae, admiring the craftsmanship, being a dwarf and all. But if you were to look down, you could definitely tell that there's no ladder there. So all the wreck boat images that I found were not great, but somebody did this one in color, so this is about as good as it's going to get. Let's get that photo up on the screen.
Oh wow, it even has a little weapon, huh?
It does. It has a small version of your ballista as well, like a medium-sized ballista. There are 4 seats inside the wreck boat, and basically the back area where you see the circle or whatever, that's an opening, like a porthole you have to jump down into and then open the door to get inside the ship because it's airtight. It's like airtight, watertight. So the dark orange area is actually a ladder going down to like a porthole.
Oh yeah, okay, I gotcha.
There's probably better pictures I could find. There's actually the best diagram was this black and white one, but yeah, this one's color. So there's black and white.
This is a ship within the ship.
It is it's a lifeboat. They're called wreck boats. It's basically the ship's lifeboat.
Okay.
You can see on the black and white diagram how that sort of works. You go down from the top deck into the area that's sort of indented in the ship to open the first door to actually get inside the thing. Then that's the cargo hold, and the next door you get into opens where the seating is and the helm.
Jesus.
Why is my photo thing not? Come on, stream it. There you go. All right.
What's up?
Well, Dina's staring at the wreck boat right now.
Yeah, there's nothing in it though, right? It's just sort of.
But in order to find that out, you might have to look inside it.
All right, well, I'll look inside.
All right, so you look around the wreck boat trying to figure out how to get into it, and you notice there's a ladder over on the right-hand side, or your right-hand side, the left-hand side of the ship itself, to climb up. You don't see any doors on the outside, though.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yes.
Three.
So, I mean, just because you know that the Spelljammer Inn is run by magic, then this ship is probably run by magic too, but that's all you get out of it.
Okay. Could I do some knocking on top?
You'd have to climb up it in order to do that. But yes.
Well, who's looking for me? Labyrinth is upstairs staring out the window.
Looking for you.
Exactly. You said it's going to take some time. I said, who's looking for me?
No, I said you have to climb up on top of it.
Oh, well then I'll climb up on top.
All right, you climb up the ladder. Now you see the porthole going down into the back of the ship and the door leading inside it, right at the top of that ladder.
Okay, open door.
All right, she climbs down into the porthole and notices the door, unlike the other doors on the ship, is just a regular old latch door. Doesn't require any magic to push it, and it takes a little bit of pushing. It's like kind of rusty almost, but you hear a clink and the door opens, and you're in the cargo hold of the wreck boat right now. And there's not much in here either. There's some old suits, looks like, some tattered cloth, similar to what you saw in the ship itself. But you do see the second door there is ajar into the interior of the ship where the seating is. So someone has been here.
Okay, can I peer into, like, through the ajar door? The ajar door?
That's a good fantasy name. You peer into the Adar Jor. You take a peek, try to be stealthy about it, which you don't. And you notice that it looks like there's a human man just passed out on the seats in there. Looks like he is laying, just seemingly regular old human man asleep. It seems like he's asleep in the middle of the four seats.
I'd like to grapple him.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength roll, and Ross, you're gonna have to make a strength check against. Oh, and you get disadvantage because you're laying
Welcome to
down.
the party.
Hold on.
And sleeping.
Ooh!
Okay. Well, if he rolls a nat 20, then so
Alright,
Ross,
so I do
exclamation point R, and then space 1d20 plus whatever it is that you have for strength.
You're not beating that.
Is there a space after the 20?
Nah. Just 20 and then a plus sign and then whatever you have for strength. And just do it twice and we pick the lowest one. I think there's a way to make it roll for you on one roll, but whatever. Oh shit! No, that's your base stat. It's your modifier. So at the top of that on D&D Beyond, above the 11, it'll have a plus modifier.
Oh, we're just doing the plus. Sorry.
Yeah, not the base strength.
Yeah, I have 0, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to beat a 20, but yeah.
Ah,
So-
you're so close.
Pretty easily, Dina, with all of her strength, grapples the man who's laying down in these seats, and it's got a hold. You've got a tight hold of him.
I'll whisper into his ear.
Fuck.
I'll proudly whisper into his ear. Who are you? What are you doing here? Who do you work for?
Do I respond or?
You're in now. It's
Okay.
you.
I work for no one but myself and my quest to know all the mysteries of the galaxy and the universe as a whole.
What are you doing on this ship?
I was brought here by the by the auditor.
I do not know this auditor. You are coming with me, and I'm going to drag him back to the boys.
He's gonna drag me.
You can make a history check if you'd like to figure out who the auditor is, Dina, because it is something from your world.
Oh, it is? Okay. Oops, that's the wrong one. 15.
All right. Pretty easy because the Auditor is a huge figure. It's basically the personification of the devil in Alfar. The Auditor was the head of the Ask, which was an organization of demons and humans that kept the balance between gods and mortals back on Alfar. The Auditor being the king of this organization, the one who wrote up the contract that protects mortal people from gods and demons alike. So he was the big head honcho down in the hells of Alfar. And yeah, usually though, it is very uncommon. So outsiders coming to Alfar is pretty common, people being pulled from other universes, but the Auditor is not usually one that does it because he is trying to uphold the contract, where most people who pull in outsiders are trying to break the contract. So definitely strange to hear that the Auditor brought somebody in. But that is who that guy is.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm still going to drag his ass back to the boys.
Dude, like lifting a child.
Can I respond or do I like?
You can try, sweetie.
You can struggle.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how she's gonna climb you up that ladder.
Yeah, you have agency.
I also have multiple limbs that are I can
That's true.
take
Pull a little
account.
sneaky sneak on her.
Yeah, so I'm sitting down, but you're dragging me from behind out of the chair.
Yeah, like a bear grip.
Okay.
Like the rock kind of grip. Yeah.
So can I run with this narrative and do something with that, or
Yeah, you do whatever you want. You can try tickling her. Okay.
All right. Well, the entity that I inhabit, known as George, is the one that's sitting in the seat, and I'm located in the front part of him. So I have my own mass and weight to that.
Yeah. So
my arms
in my head, he's covered up right now. They don't know that you have another entity.
Well, I was awake.
Okay.
George was asleep. I was awake. So, I mean, I could try to grab her. My arms are pretty tiny, so I really can't do much with that. Hence the low strength. So there's not really any point in struggling other than perhaps using my psychic abilities to
come up with a sneaky. Do you have any spells? Did you pick your spells? What do you got?
I'm just getting the hang of this sheet.
Oh yeah, so you have to pick your spells in your character sheet first.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so it's fine. You don't really need it until combat, but it might be useful.
Alright, I'm not gonna fight. Yeah.
But yeah, while we're going on,
since I've been captured, taken off guard, I don't have enough strength to fight her, so.
So while we're moving on, just go into your character sheet and edit it, and go to the spells section and add spells for yourself. Kind of important for a warlock, because otherwise you're gonna get wrecked.
I have some.
Yeah, you can click. Yeah, you can click edit character, and then there should be a spell section for you. But anyway, you also got cantrips and stuff that might be useful. Thaumaturgy would be good in this particular scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's struggling, I'd like to give him a night tap.
Oh, he's struggling. Sounds like.
Oh
shit!
I want to put him to sleep. I don't want to.
All right.
I want to put him to sleep.
Make another strength check. It's not. You don't need to worry about the attack roll because you already got him. Just make a strength check to knock him out, or try to knock him out. We'll see how that goes for you.
14.
All right. Let me see. Let me see his con modifier. Do a con save for me, Ross. Which basically you should see on the left-hand side of your character sheet. You have a 0, so just roll a 1d20. In the saving throws, basically. But you don't need to worry about it because you got a 0.
Put to sleep.
Oh, yeah. So easily, Dinah straight bops you on the head, and one of you is asleep right now, which, of course, wakes up the other one.
Right. That's what I was getting at. So, back in me.
Wait, can I get clarification? So this is happening inside the wrecker, correct?
Yeah, she's like backing him up right now.
So Labrys can definitely not hear anything. Okay.
No, you're still up there looking at the bliss. I mean, you can move if you want. We can switch back to you.
Well, it's been a minute since she's been down there, and I'm a little worried at this point. So I start making my way down there.
Each roll they've done is basically 6 seconds, just like a round of combat. So they're through like 18 seconds of struggle.
Okay. So I start making my. Well, I notice that the ladder is no longer there. It's like halfway up, right? It's halfway up, so that's a problem. And I'm just staring at the ladder, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, the ladder is still down in the ship. It's just half of it is just straight missing to your eyes.
Yeah.
It just cuts off and you see a big opening.
So can I clarify, like, I can't reach it at this point?
You could try climb. You can reach the ladder. It's just when you're climbing down, you're gonna like have a pretty decent drop between you and the rest of the ship, the deck.
Okay. Well, I start making my way down.
All right.
And get to that point. Oh god, my strength and dexterity is really bad. At this point, I'm like kind of shaking on the ladder. I'm old. I like need a cane. I need a little. I have my stick in my hand. And what is the drop?
Let's see. Let me look at the old ship diagram real quick. You are up here. The ship is like 15 feet across. It's not too bad for a normal person. Fortunately, you're a dwarf. So it's going to be probably about... Wasp real quick and see the actual diameter of this bitch. Oh, yeah. Probably about 10 feet.
Right, yeah.
How many spells can I get as many as I want?
That's not good.
So it'll stop allowing you to pick spells after you pick the ones that you want. I think warlocks get like 1, 2 at level 1 first level spells.
Can I do perception?
Yes. What are you looking for?
See anything around me that I can like jump on, I guess, that isn't the ground.
Yeah, there's nothing there. You're in the map room, so I mean, you can. It's only a 10 feet drop. You're like what, 3 feet tall?
Yeah, but I'm old. My strength sucks. So I have to roll to jump down.
Yeah, you could always call out, try to get help. Maybe Tracy could do something.
Oh, where is Tracy?
He's still in the hell, messing with it, figuring it out.
Okay, so I will call out loudly as I can for Tracy. Do I need to roll for that?
No, what do you say?
Tracy, get your ass down here! Quick!
You hear a loud, glaring dwarven voice straight in your ear, Tracy.
Oh, I'm actually in the machine.
Yeah, you were in the helm last time we left, just screwing around with it, still figuring it out.
Oh, okay.
At this point, I have no idea what is happening inside the wrecker. I just need help getting down.
Okay, here, just a second. So I hear that. I was trying to sleep. What did it say? What did he say?
Tracy, get your ass down here quick.
All right. First, I'm gonna try and think of into the machine about his location.
All right, you clearly feel like somebody left a window open, basically, like almost like a cool breeze to the back of your head. It's definitely a new sensation to you. And as you hone in on that, you can tell that there's something open that wasn't open before.
Okay, what is it?
It's not exactly clear what's open back there, but definitely a new large opening on the ship. You have to focus on it to try and close it if you would.
Can I close it from here?
You can try. Go ahead and focus on it.
Sure. Yeah. No. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
All right.
Like I would attempt to close it and see.
Tracy focuses on closing whatever that opening is. It feels like a breeze on the back of his head, and slowly, Lavarus, you start to see the panel at the bottom of the ship start to rise up. Now, Dinah and Kuato are. You hear that also. You hear that the panel is closing. Quado. All right. Sorry. Dinah and Quado, you guys are just made it to the outside of like the porthole outside the second door, and you can see that the panel is closing on you. And Lavarus, it comes up, and finally it connects, and the ladder is now full again.
Oh, perfect. So I scramble down in my old way.
All right.
So, not like I get out and start heading towards the back.
All right. The ship goes into power saver mode. The lights dim just a bit, and you begin to float forward on your river as Tracy steps out of the helm to make his way towards the back of the ship. All right, Dinah and Quado.
So they're outside?
They're still in the ship. They're just in the back part of it.
Yeah.
Right next to the ladder that goes up to the ballista. They just made it out of the interior of the ship.
Okay, so they're in the wreck ship in the tail that is now sealed off.
Yep. Well, It's not closed. She didn't close the door behind her, but yes.
Oh, I thought the ladder part closed.
Oh, no, sorry. We're talking about two different things. Yes, the tail of the Wasp ship is closed, but the tail of the wreck boat that they're in is not closed.
Oh, yeah. No. Okay, cool. And the wreck ship is in the tail, though.
Yep, wreck boat is in the tail.
Okay.
But the smuggler's place, and it's closed, and yeah, you guys locked him in there.
Unintentionally, but yeah.
Okay, and I can't carry him up this stair. What's his size? What's Quado's size?
I love that character.
That's a good question. It's probably like...
Because I knocked him out, right?
Yeah, he's knocked out. Well, one of him's knocked out.
I'm going to put him over my shoulder and go up the ladder.
Are you? It says 400 pounds in your character sheet, Ross.
I don't remember putting that in there.
It's under description. 6 feet, 400 pounds.
Description. Oh, features and traits. Oh, shit, I didn't even see that stuff.
Yeah, for 400 pounds, I might be overburdened with him.
Yeah, his height is like... why did I just... Hey, 6 feet, 400 pounds. He's more like mass than like...
Oh, are you sticking with it? 400 pounds?
I'll stick with it.
All right, he's a heavy... He's just big boned. All right, so Quado, 400 pounds. You could drag him pretty well because Dinah is strong, but getting him up this ladder might take some doing. You can roll another strength check. It's going to be a difficult one though.
All right.
Can I cast a spell?
So you're still knocked out. We need one more turn of you not being able to do anything.
Oh, right.
At least you're knocked out in the sense that if it didn't let you get knocked out, it'd be kind of OP. So we're gonna ask to give you a turn where you're at, even though
I really don't. I want to play this guy as like having to,
Yeah.
I mean, we can work that into the thing. But
so I guess you could still talk, like George could talk, but you can't do any like big actions.
Well, Quado's knocked out.
Yeah, Quado's knocked out.
Gotcha.
So it was a 15. Wasn't really that hard of a check.
Wait.
Which is which?
So in the picture, the George guy sleeping, like the humanoid-looking person is like body
Ejaculated.
he's a mutant. He's a human variant mutant. So the being Quado is my character, but he's the little guy poking out of the stomach who has psychic abilities and stuff like that. But George he has no spells or powers or anything. He's just a normal guy with no
Just a
motives
dude.
or anything to do with the story. But when I think we went over it, Taylor, that when Quado's asleep, George is awake, right?
Yeah, that's how I
But at this
understood
point,
it.
since I'm playing and battling as Quado, he has been knocked out. So that's like the main.
Yeah, I mean, you could still have him like talk and stuff, but he just can't make any big actions.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get
Which
too
would
into
freak
him.
the hell out of Dinah, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
All right, well, she
Okay.
was not able to pull your bulk. You didn't notice how heavy it was at first, but now it's really clear. This is a heavy being right here. Heavy dude. You're trying to pull up this ladder, so he is not moving.
All right, so if I can't get him up the ladder,
And
do I see any? Who's at the top of the ladder?
Nobody's there but you. You got closed in. You can see the door is closed. They closed you in.
Okay, I'll yell up. I'll think that maybe somebody's up there, and I'll yell up and say, "Open the damn door!"
Lavrus, you hear from the other side of the door Dinah yelling.
And Tracy did not make his way down.
He will have made his way down after your next action.
Yep, I'm slow as shit.
Remember, it's 6 seconds between.
So just to clarify, I can't open the door.
Well, sure you can if you knew how. Unfortunately, Dinah did not share that with anybody.
How do I do it, Laugh?
Hmm.
I scream in my dwarf voice.
As you scream that, Tracy reaches the map room door and touches it to provide it the power for it to slide down. You see Lavrus yelling at the wall.
Oh, thank the Lord. I think she's in trouble. And I point Tracy upwards because I'm old and I have a walking stick. Oh God.
Shit.
Yeah, powder.
Yeah.
Did you Google powder? I mean, I guess. So I just want to clarify. I'm in this cabin room. I'm outside the wrecker, and I heard.
You're in the map room at the back of it, next to the ladder.
Oh, so I'm not even in the same room as her?
Nope, because you closed the door. The map room, the back of the map room opens up to the tail. You can see on the diagram there.
Okay, so well, I'm gonna proceed into that room.
All right. Well, it's a closed wall right now.
Wait, no, didn't you say Tracy just opened it? Or...
Nope, he opened the door to get into the map room to see you there staring and yelling at a closed wall.
Yeah, I'm just making my way back to the door that I closed.
Tracy knows that he closed something.
Yep. Well,
I'm
the area.
So you don't know exactly what, but you know you closed something.
All right. I walk up, as I'm shambling in. Just, what help did you need? As I see that he's fine.
We need to find Dinah. Quick! She was yelling.
From what part of the ship?
The back, the tail.
What do you mean? I'm looking around.
Well, I don't know.
You saw there was an opening back there when you looked down.
Time out. I thought I was in the same room, so this has me all turned around now. So I guess I don't know where I am in the ship.
Think of it like a garage door that's closed right in front of you in the back of the map room. You saw the opening was there when you were climbing down the ladder, and you yelled for Tracy to lift up the wall so that the ladder would connect. And now the wall is lifted up. You can't move past it because it's a physical object right in front of you. Your objective right now is to figure out how to lower this wall again to get to Dinah.
Yeah. Do we go outside and walk around? Asking your character. Asking Labyrinth.
I don't know. I just got here.
Maybe somebody knows how to open it. Maybe there's somebody who got back there and can figure it out.
Here, I'll try and go around from the outside.
All right.
And
Tracy makes his way up the ladder, and this is his first time also seeing the outside of the ship. And you feel a strange sense of nostalgia, actually, weirdly, when you look up on the phlogiston as you reach the outside of the ship. It almost like brings a tear to your eye. It feels like home somehow. But other than that, you don't recognize a dang thing. And you can look around. You can make a perception check.
Interesting. Let's see here. Well, I know that I want to like hop on out and walk along the tail.
All right. Tracy somehow instinctually knows that he will not fall off this ship when he does it, so he hops up on the tail and begins to walk forward.
Yep, I'm being careful. Shit, like not on on my like all fours. I'm not falling off. I'm not dexterous enough for that shit. And so and I'm just walking along, specifically looking for like a hatch or an opening or a door or whatever.
Now, from Labrys' point of view below, it looks like Tracy just jumped off the back of the ship.
How far of a drop is it? It can't be that much.
It's not that far, but think about it. He's looking up a little porthole, and you're standing at the back of the ship, and you just go hop over it. It looks like,
fair
my god!
We haven't been out there yet, like really.
Yeah, he doesn't know how the physics work, but Tracy innately knows that he will not fall off. So you're looking. Go ahead and make a perception check real quick to see if you can see anything that juts out here.
All right. But no, I've been dealing with the physics going back and forth between the friggin' thing there. I'm fine. Here, let's see. 20. Is that it? Ah, shit. Perception. I think it glitched out, guys. My actual perception roll would have been 4. Not great.
So yeah, nothing really juts out as far as an opening, but you do easily notice, without much of a problem, that there is like a metal plating down there below the tail. It looks like a metal plate that sort of juts out from the side. That's pretty clear. So it's not really sure what that is, but looks like there's some sort of like metal plate about the size of the tail room down there.
A metal plate. All right, I'm gonna just roam around the edges and see if there's like a I don't know, a release or something. I'm just trying to find something kicking around here that isn't just like flush.
All right, Tracy walks around the tail, and he crawls around the tail, and he's on the gravity plane, so he sticks to the ship, and you're now touching the big metal plate on the bottom of the tail. Now we'll go back to Dinah and Quado.
Indeed.
All right, Dinah will yell up again. Now, would I be able to hear both of those boys struggling?
You heard them talking outside the door when they did, but that's about it.
We'll preemptively say that Labrys is shouting at Dinah. Dinah, can you hear me? How do I open the door?
Touch the fucking thing.
What is the fucking thing?
Touch the wall. Touch
what?
The portal. Touch the metal part.
Quado, you wake up slowly to see Dinah saying, "Touch the fucking thing."
Which piece? So at this point, Labrys is like looking all around.
You can make investigation check as well.
Okay. So can I?
Yeah, you just woke up. You're still a little groggy. You're looking up at Dinah as she's yelling. Laveris, with the help of Dinah, figures out that there must be something hidden, and naturally, where would you hide something on a blank wall? Well, the only thing you could hide it is behind the rungs of the ladder. So he finds the indentation on the back of the wall behind the ladder.
Okay, and he goes up and pushes on the indentation behind the ladder.
The ladder slowly lowers down with you on it as the wall sinks into the bottom of the ship, depositing you on the ground on the deck and looking straight into the back of the ship with the wreck boat suspended.
Shut up, Ian.
Yeah, the Wasp is not supposed to be able to be crewed by this few people, but you guys wanted the big ship, so.
It's like a shitty mosaic, dude. We're just shuffling around.
I know. I hobble back in through the door, and I can't see Dinah at this point, though.
You can tell where she is by the struggling and the whooshing that you hear back there in the back of the ship. She's in the back of the wreck boat. You can see the ladder.
I start climbing up.
All right. He finds the ladder on the side of the wreck boat and climbs up and looks down to see Dinah standing over a massive man, a large man, just apparently asleep on the ground. But Quado, if you would like to act.
Sure. During the commotion that just ensued, I'm gonna try to just pretend to still be knocked out. Do I have to roll for that?
Nah, it's pretty easy.
All right, but I'd like to cast a spell while I'm pretending to be there.
All right. What spell?
The one I've chosen is called Unseen Servant.
Okay.
Which creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless, medium force that performs simple tasks within 60 feet of me.
All right, so easy enough, but in order to do it stealthily, we'll need a stealth check.
All right.
Shit, you could burning hands them. That would kill them. Because you're in like a enclosed space.
Except
but we don't know that the power to this wreck ship is off. That's
true.
My next check is going to be. So I have to roll for what? First?
Stealth in order to cast without alerting them.
So 1d20, right?
1d20 plus
with your modifier
should be in your skills in the middle of the character sheet there. Looks like stealth is -1.
Oh.
It's at the bottom for him.
-1 after 20?
Yep. Oof. Yeah, so Quado begins to cast a spell down there, Dinah, and Laveris. He's doing something.
Can I specify where I'm casting it? Or directing the servant to appear?
Yes, you can. But because they found you out, they get to act before it's completed.
Gotcha. Cool.
To just shake him.
What's the concentration check again? Let me see. All right, she's gonna shake you to try to stop you from casting this spell. Let me look up concentration check real quick.
And I'll tell him, you want another fucking night tap?
So Constitution saving throw against the DC of 10. So Constitution saving throw you should see on the top left-hand side of your character sheet. You have a con of Constitution saving throw 0. So 1d20, and if you roll above 10, you cast. Now, if she would have hit you, it would have been more difficult, but because she didn't do any actual damage, it's only 10. Oh, shit!
What the fuck?
He cast it. An Unseen Servant is cast, and nobody knows that it was cast except for Quado.
So I'm summoned the Unseen Servant to appear in the cockpit of the wreck ship.
Shit.
And attempt to start the ship. And
so, Dinah, y'all hear just some rumbling from the front of the ship, and the Unseen Servant is just scrounging around, pressing everything on the levers, and do my roll.
Because in my mind, I'm trying to use this as an escape pod at this point.
All right, so the unseen servant is fumbling around at the top of the ship, and he hits something, and one of the I can't think of it. One of the straps holding the ship up comes loose, and it rocks the ship downward. The nose comes down and knocks everybody forward, except for Quado, because he's the only one down. So Lavris gets thrown off of the ladder, and Dinah falls over Quado further into the ship as the nose hits, and Quado is like down stationary.
Wait, so
baby side down, or monster side down.
I get, yeah. I mean, he's on his back as far as I understood it, because you were dragging him by his back.
Okay, well, Can I flip him? Ride him like Shamu?
Well, it's too late. You got thrown by the ship nose falling forward, so it's going to take you a second to get, because now you're like down at an angle. You have to climb up to get back to him.
slap.
Okay.
Give him a slap.
Yeah, I'll run back to him.
All right. Dinah begins to climb back towards Quado, but Quado gets some time to act while she has been thrown.
I can't rush him, huh?
Wait, so what's the state of Lavris after
You
that?
got thrown off the ladder. The ship fell forward,
Completely?
rocked forward, which threw you off the ladder onto the ground.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna start making my way back up that ladder.
All right,
I'm
well,
concerned at this point.
you
I still
just
have
got up
time
as
to
Quado
react
gets to
because-
do.
Okay.
What is
Can I cast another spell? Is that possible?
Let's see. You
It's
have.
a cantrip.
Oh yeah, you can cast cantrips as much as you want.
Okay.
You guys could just talk to each other. Why don't
What?
you just talk to each
Well,
other?
I'm trying to get to the point where I can.
He can hear you. You're in earshot.
Well, with all the shit
You don't
going
have to be.
around, they're like,
you don't have to
they're
be like standing
fucking
on his
around.
ass to talk to him.
Okay,
Too late. Quado's
no.
got his action.
I'm gonna do a minor illusion cantrip to make it seem like some kind of self-destruct sequence has been activated
Oh shit!
Jesus.
on the ship.
This is some real role playing.
Not the wreck ship, but the entire ship.
Yeah, I
as a
got
whole.
you.
Yeah.
So that's easily done. It's a 1 minute duration. You guys start to hear, and Tracy as well, because you're like right on the outside of where this is happening. You all hear self-destruct imminent. 1 minute. Self-destruct imminent. 30 seconds. Keeps jumping in time.
I'm going to use my most charismatic and commanding voice. I am going to shout "Stop" in my deep dwarf old man voice.
All right. Quado, you hear the dwarf yell "Stop."
Mm-hmm.
Does that sway you?
It shouldn't.
Well, all right.
Wait. Hold on. I can't like roll for.
He's not an
persuasion or
NPC. He's not an NPC. It's him himself. So you got to say words that will get him to stop.
Okay. Well. Oh fuck, dude.
I might stop based on your reactions. Everything that's going on.
Tracy, we're going to go back to you real quick while they're figuring it out. You hear the self-destruct from coming from around the ship.
Oh,
And you got 30 seconds before this bitch blows up.
So I heard that, and like when it said 30 seconds left, there's nowhere that I can make inside of 30 seconds. So there's not a whole lot to do. I'm just gonna start shuffling back down the tail, or back up the tail.
All right, you make it back onto the deck, and Dinah, you're climbing up. You're almost to Quado.
Okay. I will go to Quado and I will say, "I'm sorry. Stop."
Quado, does this sway you?
Oh, but I'm gonna do it with persuasion.
Okay, so he's not an NPC. He's his own character. So if Ross's character would be persuaded by it, then he would be. Unless it's like a command spell or something. You're just trying to talk to a person now.
Well, it is kind of a command spell. So I have what is called I don't even know how to pronounce this.
Thaumaturgy.
Thank you.
Someone's played PoE.
So do you use thaumaturgy to make your voice loud?
No,
I know, like, what do we do? I don't even know. What did you do?
I'll.
Self-destruct is now at 20 seconds. Quado, she's taking too much time, so you can talk if you'd like.
I guess I'll just use my most apologetic voice and be like, "I'm sorry, don't blow us up."
And
like, I'll go ahead.
I will also run up the ladder in my old man. I'm sweating at this point. I'm really put out, and say, I am also sorry. Please do not destruct the ship. Please.
Tracy's halfway down the ladder, and you can see them back there trying to implore somebody in the back of this wreck boat.
Okay, I'll dispel the illusion.
All right.
At this time, but can I like my invisible servant is still attempting to reactivate the wreck ship?
Still messing around with it, but he stopped. He got thrown forward a bit, so he's back up now.
All right. So with that spell still active, am I able to command him right now? Which is like what?
Yeah, if you'd like. He's active for a whole hour. So.
Okay. Well, I'd like to, try to turn the power on the ship if it's not on already. Is there like a button on a dashboard or like an engine switch?
It doesn't seem like there is anything, and you can't really see what the unseen servant is messing with. So he's just up there still pressing buttons and everything.
Okay. So I just I'll dispel the illusion, and I'll just let you know that I do have an invisible servant somewhere on the ship that caused that to happen, but he's now fixed it.
God!
All right, we're back to normal time. No more crisis. Back to normal time. You guys can talk as you would talk.
Now you're aware of my psychic abilities, and I have chosen not to be aggressive anymore with them at this time.
Wait, so when he says that, the timer immediately goes away, so it's like
the alarms.
It looks like a spell, right? Okay.
Yeah,
it's unclear whether it was a spell or not. That is the part of minor illusion, but you stop hearing. You would have to make an Arcana check or something to figure out if it was a spell.
blink, and then it was gone. That's how I would see it.
Yeah,
check is pointless at this
point,
so. Yeah. Well, that was intense.
I knew I should have given him a second night tap.
Hey, this guy's got you by the short hairs. You gotta be careful what you say.
Yeah.
Did not want to go through that again, so.
So now Labrys is like really curious at what happened, and he sees this new person. He's peering down through the porthole. Right, I didn't enter the ship, and he says, "Who are you?" Kind of scratching his head, and that's at Ross.
So my name is Quato. I was attempting to leave the ship when you guys arrived, and bonked me on the head.
Who bonked you on the head?
There was like a large woman here on the ship somewhere.
Watch who you call it, George.
So the lass here bonked you on the head. Yes. Where do you come from?
I'm from Mars, a planet called Mars, in the Milky Way galaxy.
The Milky Way?
Yes, I was brought here through an interdimensional portal. by the auditor.
Now, Dinah recognizes who that is, but if you would like to roll History Labyrinth, you can as well.
Yeah.
But Dinah knows what that's about. She knows that outsiders come in.
Oof.
Yeah, you're not familiar with demons and all that. You've spent your life trying to avoid them, in fact. So, even though you've heard of the Auditor and you know he's like the Demon King, you're not really sure about all the other stuff he's talking about.
Well, interesting. Shall we depart this mini ship within a ship and talk outside?
Sure, let's do that. Sounds good.
All right.
Lass, are you all right?
Talk about it.
Okay.
So in between dialogue, does that like the end of the turn?
We're outside of crisis, so there's no more turns. You guys can do whatever you want to do.
That was a crisis too. That was intense. That was awesome, actually.
Tracy's just watching this go down, has no effing clue who y'all are talking to.
Wait. Point of clarification. Kit, so we can't see the little demon thing inside of him.
You should be able to see him now, and the guy I'm poking out of looks like he's just asleep.
Oh, so I was talking to the little demon in his stomach?
Right.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, he has his own individual.
Wait. Can I make an Arcana check on that? On the little thing coming out of his stomach?
Hey, wow.
Is that going to tell me anything?
Yeah, you can't just make an Arcana check.
That. Well, no. Okay. No, we can keep going. I can ask about the little demon baby coming out of the stomach later. It's fine.
You can make one if you want. But...
I mean, you guys have seen weirder things, right? Like, does my appearance unsettle you?
Well, I saw you, and I kind of night capped you. So yeah, define unsettled.
Well,
Drew, do you want to explain the little thing coming out of your belly?
I was just born. This is the way I was born. I don't know. Before I was this way, I didn't know what I was. I was mutated by the radioactive wastelands. Somehow born into the form of a man, or at least what I think is a man, named George.
Wait, who's George?
George is the I forgot what I called it.
He's
basically
the big thing?
The human feature that I inhabit. Yes.
Oh my God, the host.
But he has nothing to do with me. He's not.
The host. And so at this point, I look at Tracy and I'm like, do you have, a thing?
Is my head popping up?
Yes.
About to go down the ladder?
Yeah, you're already down there. You've been down there. You're watching this go down.
Oh, God damn it. Wait, so did they actually open up the door and all that too?
Yeah, it's opened.
I'd like to know,
you're tall enough to just drop down. So
where is the Shrek ship now? It fell. So
it's still up there. One strap is still attached, but the nose is hit the ground at like a 30-degree angle almost.
Well, how's anyone going to get out of there?
You have to get that thing strapped back. I mean, Dinah can climb back up. There's like seats and stuff, and you're in the back, right next to the ladder, so you could just climb up.
I see.
There.
All right.
Let's get out. Actually, yeah, my character would have been like right at the top, staring down at all this bullshit instead of actually jumping down. But yeah, like from up top, I'd just be looking there, just in this case, shrugging, because like, and I'm just gonna say, like, right now we have a real problem with energy, sustaining energy, and we need to be able to get in front of that immediately. We all need to consume energy.
Conserve?
Okay.
And conserve.
Yeah, you said consume. We all need to consume. Yes, we've been sucking air, especially Dinah fighting this guy. I totally agree. So I turn, trying to be peaceable, I turn to Quato, and I plead with him that we're all going to keep the peace. Dinah is going to, be nice for at least for a little bit, and we are going to figure out what's going on.
Yep. Good. So I'll begin with leaving, or at least stepping outside of the wreck ship when I can.
All right. Quado
Yep.
climbs up the ladder and jumps down off the wreck ship.
And I look at my two companions and say, "Let's go." Yes.
Dinah, you see her climbing out for the back of the ship as well.
You're talking about the wreck ship again?
That's where they are.
Man. All right.
I know it's hard to keep track.
Well, no, because every time I say, did they open the door? Like, I don't even know about the wreck ship or any of that bullshit. I'm just talking about the door to the back.
Yeah, so the door to the back was opened by Labrys when you went back there. It's a big, wide open space right now, and if you're on the ladder, as you said, then you're kind of like hanging on the ladder, looking down into what all they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. And it's still, like, reasonably light, I guess, so that I can make out what's going on back there?
Yeah, it's dim, but you can see it, and you can see like a bunch of people climbing out of the wreck ship right now. Labrys is in front, and here comes Quado. It's the first time you've seen him, but you heard him talk. And then you can see a flustered Dinah climb out from the back of the ship as well.
All right. So, yeah, I'm just going to talk to Labrys, who's probably, like, right near me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to talk to him that as long as he's not going to fight, we need to get to somewhere where we can consume energy. So I'm just gonna head on back to the helm and pilot, and I'm gonna head on out.
Agreed. And so I wait for Dinah, make sure she's coming with.
Yeah, I'm coming with.
Okay.
The little robot that was hitting its head up against the wall has finally made his way back there and is crawling up the side of the wall. He's got the strap of the ship and he's like making his way slowly up, trying to lift the nose of the wreck boat back up.
Can I make an Arcana check on those robots?
Again, yes.
Yeah, I feel like I did that last time.
Make as many as you want. You guys still gotta name them.
My vote was on Scarab. I don't know what else y'all want.
Sounds like what they look like.
Yeah, that works.
Well, they're little squares, right?
Yeah, they're like little squares with lots of little tiny legs.
Roomba. So can I do things too, or are we still?
Oh yeah, you're open. You guys can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
So you don't pick up anything that you didn't pick up before, Labrys. You're still just trying to scrutinize them.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay put in proximity to the wreck ship, but let the robot do whatever.
All right. Quado waits back a little bit as Dinah and Labrys walk forward.
I kind of like look back and I seem fine, I guess. We're fine. I'm going to continue forward. And is Tracy like completely out of sight at this point?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he went back up to the helm. He's walking back there, so you can see him in the hallway. He's making his way down.
Okay, well, I'm gonna follow Tracy, and actually, I'm gonna flag him, like try and get his attention. Tracy, stop. Turn around, please.
Yeah.
We need vitals, basically. We need sustenance. Do you have a way of identifying such things on this ship?
I know that I should consume organic compounds, but that's it. But I'll try.
Can you tap into the ship?
I can try.
Okay, let's try. I think that's a good idea.
All right. And I'm just gonna keep on going forward.
You guys just left a new guy back there. Don't even know what he's about. Just Dinah and him. All right.
What? No.
I just said as long as there's not going to be a fight, and then that's it.
Gonna head toward the kitchen.
Yeah, we're in a placated state.
Wait,
right
there's
now.
a kitchen?
It's
There
awkward.
is.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
We're just chilling in the Bay Area, the dock
Yeah,
area.
I'm also kind of a little freaked the fuck out about the goddamn. Like maybe it's just me, but our ship nearly blew up. It had 20 seconds left, so I'm kind of nervous about that, and I'll definitely be checking how the fuck that went off before everything else. Before I check for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the galley's number 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the galley and I'm just gonna start opening. I'm gonna actually open the freezer, take out one of the cubes, boil some water, drop the cube in.
All right. Dinah makes her way to the galley and pulls water from what looks like a faucet behind her, and takes one of the cubes out of the freezer and drops it in. And it's a pretty big cube of ice with some sort of tan material in it. Slowly begins to melt as Quado is still back there in the back of the ship.
Yeah, am I in the foredeck or where are we right now?
You are in the tiny little open tail section right now, but you would be in. You would walk out into 5.
The main deck.
Let's see, what is it called?
No, additional
additional cargo is where you would be walking out to.
I see. I don't see that on the diagram.
It's 5. It's the back of the ship. You see where the tail is. You see 7.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, there's 5. That's the cargo, or it's the map room where you guys have like a crystal that shows the map of Loud Space, and it's just basically an open room.
All right. While the robot is still messing with the wreck ship, I would like to have my visible servant climb out of the wreck ship. That's
All right. He does so.
Cool. Is there so? Okay. Just trying to get. This is my first time looking at the ship. Sorry. So.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Spent an entire session doing that.
It's my character's first time too. So.
Yeah.
I'm looking around for like. If I was trying to take off with this ship, how I would have even done it.
Okay. You can make a perception check in the back tail here to see if you see any like way to open the metal plate below you or something.
Yeah. So I have to roll for that.
Mm-hmm. A perception check.
So that's one of my.
Should be under skills in the middle of the sheet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perception +2.
All right. So you look around and you do notice at the very back of the tail, it looks like a pretty clear pull lever that you could pull to let go the bottom of the ship, or the bottom of the tail there.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it opens up like that.
It looks like that's the only thing that could do it. Hold on, let me reply.
Okay, I probably don't want to open that. The ship's in the middle of traveling, right?
Probably not. But you could. You found out how to do it at least.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
You've got your escape plan if things go
Yeah.
south.
Thanks. I think I'll just note that for later. So servant's out of the wreck ship, and I've noticed that.
Yep, you got him. You know where he is pretty much all times.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's down there with me. I think I'd like to maybe